Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Mike. So, just finishing up with work. Another good day. Most of my patients worked with me today. There's a couple that weren't able to because of how sick they were, things like that. But overall, it was a pretty good day. Today, just thinking a little bit, and the thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is sacrifice. That's a word that we don't like to think about. It's a word that we have a negative connotation to. However, it doesn't have to have a negative connotation. The word, whenever you think about sacrifice, just think about something you want to give for something else. If you're trying to keep piling things on, you're going to give up something. Something is going to give. So, with again, today is talking about sacrifice, and one thing that I heard is that you sacrifice for your goals, or your goals become your sacrifice. I'm trying to remember, the first time I heard it clearly like that was from a dude named Brandon Carter on YouTube. Shout out Brandon Carter, dope YouTuber. Again, language can be a little much for some people, but I vibe with him, man. I vibe with him, to be honest. Um, yeah, so it was like sacrifice for your goals become your sacrifice. I remember talking to my dad years ago, and I told him, I was like, life is all about sacrifice. Just depends on what you want to sacrifice for what. Same concept, just different verbiage. So life is all about sacrifice. Just depends on what you want to sacrifice for what. For instance, let's say if you're trying to work out. You're going to the gym, you're putting all this time, the money, the sweat, the tears, you're putting some work in. The thing that you're sacrificing, time sitting on the couch. You're sacrificing, you know, a little bit of gas, depending on, how far your gym is. You're sacrificing, spending time with your family. Depending on how intense your workouts are. You're sacrificing your body in a way, because depending on how hard you push it, the gym can be very, very taxing. Um, but again, it just depends on what you want to sacrifice for what. So let's say if you didn't go to the gym and you just stayed home, like nothing wrong with staying home. Staying home is fun. It's relaxing. Particularly after a long day, sit home, chill, relax, all that stuff. You know. So let's say if you don't go to your gym, you stay at home, enjoying time with your family, da 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 da. But your body is meant to move. It's meant to move, but it likes to stay still. Again, because that's what it's like. As soon as you stay still, it's like, let's say, hard day at work. As soon as you get home, you sit on the couch. It's done. It's like, I am moving. I'm comfortable. This couch has like my perfect body print in it. I'm staying in my spot. I'm done. I am good. And you don't want to move. And there's something I tell my patients all the time is that the more you do now, the more you'll be able to do later. If you don't move, you won't be able to move. If you move, you will be able to move. Maybe not in the exact level, the exact strength, but the more you do now, the more you'll be able to do later. So again, let's say, go home, sit on the couch, don't move at all, eat some chips or whatever that looks like, how you veg out. Your body will start to talk to you. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Your joints start to hurt. Your muscles start to shrink down, atrophy. Um, as you get older, you're more prone to, or think about like elderly issues, like the weak bones, the memory issues, the posture, not being able to stand up by themselves. They lose their independence. Um, so many other things happen whenever you don't move. But so you may not see the sacrifice. What you may not see the reward for the sacrifice now, but you may not see it in 10 years. But sometimes your family, your friends, or the people who are taking care of you can see that sacrifice that you made, or the results of sacrifice. I've had patients who have been in their 80s after heart surgery, um, open heart surgery, chest cut open, the whole thing, and they're walking 700 feet with no assistance at all. Maybe a walker, if that. But the times they're sitting there walking, talking, just we're legit having a full blown conversation, like nothing ever happened. Like, yeah, I feel a little sore, but I'm good. I also have patients in their 40s who need two people helping them to stand up, doing most of the work that they can't stand up still for 2 minutes because their bodies are so weak, because their bodies couldn't handle the stress of whatever's going on, whether it's illness or weakness. You see all the time, it's like, you have the elderly people at Walmart, the volunteers. You don't see them as much as you used to, but you see the volunteers at Walmart or Target all the time, or old people in the hospital, passing things out, at their welcome desk. Oh, hi, how you doing? Da, 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 da. It's a multi-purpose reason for that, why that is so good for them. It keeps you moving. Again, the more you move now, the more you'll be able to move later. It has a social aspect because we're social people. We may not like people all the time because people can be weird. Straight up, people can be weird. But we're social people. We're not meant to be alone. So being in a place where we can get that not a constant feedback, but where you can actually interact with people, is actually good for memory. It's good for your emotional health. It's good for your physical health. It's good all around. There's so many benefits to just being around, not just people, but positive people particularly. There's so many benefits around being around positive people that can push you, that can have the same goals as you, or that even above you, that you want to reach through their goals. There's so many benefits to that. But you have to sacrifice a little bit. I'm not saying you have to sacrifice a lot all the time, but you have to sacrifice something to get to where you want to be. Look at me. I'm in school school. I have 2 jobs, and I go to the gym. What am I sacrificing? I'm sacrificing time with my family. I'm sacrificing time just chilling and relaxing, because after work I'm tired. I am sacrificing going out to the movies with friends, or just going to this social event, that social event. I sacrifice a lot. I'm sacrificing financially too, because I pay for school out of pocket, and that is not cheap. So I'm sacrificing all of those things. But what am I gaining? Again, short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. What am I gaining? I'm building my resilience, my perseverance muscle of saying, keep pushing. You can do this. You've done this thing before. You can keep doing it. I'm gaining that perseverance muscle. When I graduate, I'm graduating debt-free. So I'm gaining financial freedom. I am gaining a potential new job level, new career. I am gaining interaction with people, because my full-time job is fully remote. My part-time job is as a physical therapy assistant. So I'm talking to people, hearing their stories. I'm learning. I'm practicing my body mechanics. I'm learning different ways to teach people different things, because everyone learns something different. Some people are visual learners. Some people learn by hearing. Some people learn by doing. Some people learn by reading. There's so many different ways that people learn. So when I'm going to the gym constantly, when I'm reading stuff for school, when I'm learning about health issues that start from the government all the way down to Grandma Jean, I'm learning so much. I'm figuring out how to talk to people on every level, whether you have a 4th grade education, or whether you're the dean of a school, whether you're a housekeeper, or whether you're the CEO of a company. I'm learning how to talk to people the way that they need to be talked to. Because I'm not saying I'm talking down to people, but I'm learning how to communicate properly for the person. Because everyone understands things differently. Everyone communicates differently. So you can't talk to everyone the same way. Have the same respect for everybody, yes, but the words and terminology need to adjust for your crowd. Whether you're talking individually or you're talking to an actual crowd. Your terminology, your verbiage, your tone, how you present yourself, how you enunciate, your body language has to adjust for the crowd that you're in. Whenever I'm in the gym, I'm working, but I'm also teaching. I'm teaching myself. I'm practicing patience with myself. I'm teaching other people in the gym that may be new to the gym, may not have as much expertise as I have in the gym. I'm not saying I'm the perfect person in the gym. I'm not saying that I'm an Olympian level bodybuilder. I'm not saying that I am, the most fit man in the world. What's his name? Matt something. He was a fittest man in the world years ago for CrossFit. I'm not saying that I'm an ultra marathoner, but I know a little bit more than the average Joe. So I can teach people how to improve their performance in the gym. I say, hey, you're doing this, try this, or hey, I'm gonna show you, a different way to do this, or I'm just cheering people on. Sometimes just cheering people on is a great way to teach them, because it teaches them, hey, keep doing it, because there are people that are rooting for you. So there's a lot of things that you can sacrifice for. Sacrifice can look so many different ways. But make sure that you know what you're sacrificing and why you're sacrificing. Because if you don't know why you're sacrificing for something, you're just torturing yourself. And why torture yourself if you don't know why you're doing the thing? It's why do that? You know what I mean? So have a reason for the sacrifice. And if you have a good reason for your sacrifice, then the sacrifice is going to be worth it in some way, shape, or form. And if it doesn't pan out the way you think it is, what can you learn from that lesson? What from that lesson can you teach somebody else when they're going through their sacrifice stage? So there's so much that you can learn about sacrifice, with yourself, with other people, how you can teach people, how you can teach yourself, how you can motivate others. Sacrifice is pretty important. So again, just want to chop it up with y'all a little bit, just talking about some of those why we sacrifice, the importance of sacrificing different things. And another thing I want to say is that sacrificing can look, fasting can look different. Some people fast for the sacrifice. We have Lent people, sacrifice. Where they sacrifice different things. Where they fast from different things. That's the word I'm looking for. We fast for different things during Lent. Different religious backgrounds, they'll fast from food for a particular reason, for a particular time period. They'll fast from different entertainment ventures and things like that. It just depends on what you're sacrificing, but you want to know why you're sacrificing, why you're fasting from those specific things. So if you don't know why you're doing it, why torture yourself? So again, just want to chop it up with y'all a little bit. Just want to talk about the importance of sacrificing, and if you have a reason for your sacrifice, it'll be worth it. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but look at me. I sacrificed myself because I sacrificed my ego. No, I want to say that. So I was too nervous to apply to a doctorate program because I flunked out of my first attempt at grad school, straight up. And I was afraid to apply to another program because I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to do. So I sacrificed my fear for potential. And that was 2 years ago. Now I'm 6 months away from being done. With a pretty nice looking GPA, I can say. I'm right there. So figure out why you're sacrificing, what you're sacrificing, why you're sacrificing for. And if you need help, if you need encouragement, throw some stuff in the chat. I'll be happy to support you guys, happy to cheer you on each step of the way. If there's any other questions that you guys got, throw in the chat. I'll respond to as many people as I can. But again, just want to chop up for a little bit. All right, later, y'all.